On to the third on the programme, race number 3. Get up to the 1650 here. We stay with the Class 4s though, with Call Me Awesome heading them. He's been 4th on his last 3 starts. Happy and Healthy drops in class, as does Golden Sleep into Class 4 for the first time. Sun Touch beaten favourites on the all-weather last time out. Goes up in trip. Mr Cool's in good form. Perfect Choice will roll forward. Ha Ha Heart gets up to the 1650 for the first time here at Happy Valley. Megatron gets the gear change. The visor goes back on. He was last behind Mr Cool last time out.
That he was, Andrew. Yes, it was an unacceptable performance, but he's gone back to the trials and he's been up on the pace in that trial, so you'd expect him to vie for the lead, potentially with Perfect Choice. Mr Cool should get the ideal run from barrier number 2. Call Me Awesome is tactically versatile. Wame Baby, chance of being caught wide at this point of the race, but he may surge on because we know he generally likes to get to the front. So I agree, good tempo expected.
Call Me Awesome's going very well at the moment. As you mentioned, Andrew, he's run over those 4th in those last few starts, but he steps up to 1650 now, and this is the distance that he's won over at Happy Valley. He's only won the once, but it was over the course and distance. He's going nicely. Megatron is generally a very good track worker. Alexi Bedell's got him pinging along here really nicely, actually. He's going well, and the visor will go back on him. And barrier 8, he's another one that's likely to go forward. And the other one was second bit here from Megatron with Alexia Bedell aboard. A bit more of an easy gallop, but just wanted to show you that he's had plenty of work to go into it. So he's been really well prepared for this particular contest. So he's cherry ripe.
All right, that is Megatron. We're going to start things off, though, with Call Me Awesome and hear from the trainer, David Ferraris.
David, Call Me Awesome to the Valley up to 1,650 metres and back down recently to Class 4. Are these the winning ingredients for him on Wednesday night?
I think so. I think he's been pretty consistent in Class 3. I was running him over, at Sharton, over 14. His win was over 1,650 at the Valley. I'm not quite sure if I agree with letting him go to the front, but I think he's ready to win now. His form suggests he's ready to win.
Last time that run was very good considering the amount of ground he had to cover as well.
No, absolutely. It's all just about Hong Kong's about luck in running and barriers. That's basically what it is. And I think I was fortunate to get Gate 3 tomorrow. And Douglas will give him every chance, and he's a big runner.
You haven't had this horse for long. He joined the stable at the start of the season after being with me, Troy. What's he like? What have you learned from him as a horse?
Yeah, he's a lovely big horse. He can be quite strong in the mornings, though. But I think coming back to the Valley is a good move for him. Providing he had the gate, which he's got.
If you hadn't guessed as well, it's a little bit cooler in the mornings. You look like you're straight off the slopes there.
Yeah, I was about to say, he's had to go skiing, wasn't he? Yeah, I quite like him. I've got him in there for second, Call Me Awesome. I think he can run really well. And I do agree with him. Coming back to Happy Valley looks the key.
Yep, and we heard from David there, he'd prefer the horse not to be leading, so a little bit of cover's probably ideal for his best chance.
Yeah. All right, another horse with a good draw, Mr Cool. He's come up with barrier 2 with Mr Cool on board as well, and Responsibly. This is him last time out, finishing 3rd.
Yeah, this is in the International Jockeys Championship heat, and on this occasion, from barrier 9, he had to get back in the field, but I like the way he kept finding the line strongly. If you go back through his form, he won from barrier 1 over Gentry for Umberto Rispoli and then ran 3rd behind Daring Heart from an awkward gate. I think the barrier is the key. He just gets barrier number 2. He can sit on the back of the speed. I think it's an ideal opportunity for him to win again.
Yeah, I've got him in there as well. I think he can run, as what Brett said. I'll just echo what he said. I agree. I think he's going to get a really nice run in this particular race. All
right, still a couple more to have a look at. Ha Ha Heart and Sun Touch. This is, of course, going back a couple of starts for Sun Touch because it was on the all-weather last time.
Yeah, that's right. 4th behind Ugly Warrior last start, and on this occasion, 2 lengths behind Roman Impero. Zach Burton's going to stick with him. I've got him in the tips, and I think you mentioned, Paul, Ha Ha Heart was working better in his track work prior to this start.
Yeah, he's sort of a horse that was on the, is on the improve, and it's an interesting move here coming to Happy Valley. It's probably good for him, and Sun Touch first started Happy Valley as well, so
yeah,
it'll be interesting to see how he goes.
Yeah. All right, both chances then, Sun Touch and Ha Ha Heart, but our favourite at this point is a wide market as well, Mr Cool.
Yeah, I think it's a real even race this. I've got Megatron on the front because with David Ferrara saying Call Me Awesome won't lead, he will get across a little bit easier, I think, so his work's been very, very good. Just to beat Call Me Awesome, Mr Cool, not much amongst all those 3 horses. And Wame Baby, he's interesting to see where he can slot in. If he can get to the front himself, he'll be there for a long period of the race. But I'll go exotics here with Call Me Awesome, Mr Cool and Megatron.
Fair enough. I'm happy to go with Mr. Cool. I think from the barrier he's going to get a lovely opportunity to win another race under the guidance of Umberto Rispoli, who knows him well and has a good record, and the Frankie Law stable needs no introduction. So, Mr. Cool, I'll make him the best in a toughish type of race. Sun Touch, I think, coming to the Valley. Golden Sleep gets a drop in grade. I think that form behind Top Laurels is probably stronger than this race. It was in a higher grade, so it's probably to be expected. And Call Me Awesome, why not put him in for fourth? That's where he's been finishing, but he's capable of doing a little bit better. 6, 5, 3, 1.
Simple as that, isn't it? I just throw a Ha Ha Heart out there as well. I think up to the 1650 here will suit him perfectly as well.